Well, shooters and reloaders and 3 circles, passengers and members over there at Patreon. Today, we're going to roll the red carpet out for the Venerable and Obsolete 38 Smith & Wesson cartridge. Diminutive thing, there's my fingertip right there. This cartridge came out in 1877 and was introduced by Smith & Wesson for their small top break revolvers that were popular at the time because you could simply jam that into your pocket and you'd have protection. And in those days, belly wounds were fatal, invariably, a horrible death, so that the little pocket pistols had a great deal of deterrence. People just didn't want to mess around with belly wounds at all. There are no modern revolvers being chambered for this round today. Anytime you run into a 38 Smith & Wesson gun, it's going to be an old one. And the cartridge is also called the 38 Colt New Police and was chambered in Colt Police positive type revolvers all the way into the smokeless era. In fact, many law enforcement agencies use the 38 Smith & Wesson, and that one and the Colt 38 Short Colt were on par in terms of power. What we have here is the Matz bullet, 148 grain hollow point, 359 diameter bullet, and also the 147 grain wad cutter, also a Matz bullet, also 359 caliber. And we're going to keep these loads around 715 to 725 feet per second, and the pressure levels around 12,000 psi, because the old guns can't take much more than that. Our powder charge is going to be 3.3 grains of unique, which should fill that case volume behind these bullets very nicely. Now I think James back there, that's Loads of Bacon, and also Dave Thorzak's back there, I think they approve of this project because they're a couple of cool dudes on YouTube. Well, there's that fine Lee neck expanding mouth flaring die installed in the Lee custom cast press. We'll go ahead and put a case into the shell holder that Lee provides. It's the same shell holder for the 38 Special actually. And guess what? Whenever I'm on the camera, we do some weird things like put the primer in upside down. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run that into the neck expander. This is new Starline brass, so you don't have to resize it. But go ahead and seat the primer now with that toggle system, and look at that. What a nice primer seat. Show you that one more time. Case goes in, primer goes in. Go ahead and expand and mouth flare the case, and then seat the primer. Nice. Well, that sure didn't take long to do 50 of those. Adjusting the die is simple. You get it so that you can go ahead and just put the base of the bullet, and it just enters the case mouth like that. And that's perfect. So here we go again. We go ahead and neck expand, mouth flare, seat the primer, and then watch this. I'm going to flick this into the candy dish just like Johnny's reloading bench. That's the way he does it. See, I'm learning all the time. I mean, you gotta show these cases who's boss. See that? Otherwise, they take advantage of you. One more time. I think I'm getting the hang of that. Now, of course, we're going to use our fine Hornady automatic powder dispenser to dispense 3.3 grains of Alliant unique powder. Great powder because it's a little bit more bulky than some of the faster burners like Bullseye and Red Dot and all those kind of powders. The unique burns a little slower and is just fine for filling that case volume. Well, it's taking its sweet time. It'll beep when it hits 3.3. It's doing a real slow trickle now, that last tenth. In the meantime, we're going ahead and seating the bullets. It knows it's on camera, so it's taking its sweet time to get more camera time. There it is. Now, bullet seating is easy. We start a bullet in the case mouth, and then we adjust the stem of the Lee cedar die so that it puts the case mouth right on the little cantilever there. And then we back up the stem and then adjust the crimp shoulder in the die to give us the crimp we want. Now, once we get the crimp we want, we go ahead and lower the seating stem back to touch the bullet, and what that does is it'll go ahead and seat the bullet and crimp on the same stroke. We don't have a separate die for crimping a 38 Smith & Wesson, so that'll work okay. We'll go ahead with that. Besides, what we want to do is to get a chance to shoot our old obsolete 38 Smith & Wesson Colt Police positive, and you see there we're sitting to the right depth, and then the crimp. There's the crimp. So it does it all in one stroke. Makes a nice looking round. So we'll go ahead and do all 50 of those. Well, there they are, and this video is for Dick Tickles because he likes the compact hideout guns, and also for Todd Newsom because he appreciates the older calibers. But also this video is for Larry Potterfield, because he says that shooting and bringing the old guns back to life is really a lot of fun. And you can sure say that again. Look at these. Nice looking loads. And get a load of this. I just got hold of this old ammo box, and it's nearly 50 years old. Remember what they told the graduate? Plastics. Bye for now.